I have watched every single video on YouTube regarding the Gatlinburg event. I've seen all of the different takes, and I can succinctly say you're all wrong. And I'm going to tell you why.
Hey man, same old on your little pipes with y'all boys see. We went the man who shut down Gatlinburg. It's the car. We gotta show the car first. They said we were on Gat. Well, we don't care. My stunt driver, he long.
Yeah, we know you don't care. We also know you don't have a father. We also know that... What the f*** are those? What are those? What are those? What are those? What's he wearing? Wait.
He already gone.
What are those? What are those? What the... Alright, so allegedly this is the TakeOver people that did this deal, okay, in Gatlinburg and got it all shut down. As you can see, this is future astronauts, cancer research doctors. These guys are gonna heal the world, okay? This is definitely not the lowest form of poorest, broke, loser, Section 8 mentality to ever walk the planet. They're definitely astronaut material, okay? Which is actually a good idea. We should launch them into space. Yeah, wow. Okay, so, remember, you asked for this. Okay, so maybe wrong is not the right word, okay? I don't know that you're wrong. I think the problem, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, so I'm going to have to probably put like in Minecraft or something up there, but I think the problem is that you're not radical enough about coming out against these events, okay? So pause. If you don't know what's been going on, okay, since like the 80s, there's been this core culture where certain people will get cars, sometimes stolen cars. I'm a little too loud here. And they will take these cars and they will take over an intersection or take over a meet or take over some sort of like almost like I haven't actually seen one of Cars and Coffee, but like a Cars and Coffee-esque event, and they will go there and they will do donuts and they will crash and run into people or run over people. Has happened 100 times. I could drag the monetization for this video out forever just with pictures of that. So in this video I'm going to explain how to fix it at the end, because if you're willing to sit through me talking about this for 20-ish minutes, okay, then you're probably willing to send an email, and that's how we fix this, okay? So I'm not gonna get into the socioeconomics or the racial demographics, and that's just because I'm not sure that I have enough grace with the algorithm in order to get away with that yet. Maybe I'll cover that in a different video. There's definitely a rabbit hole there that I went down, but in this video we're just going to cover why it's happening and how the EPA and the government and all of the legislators that have to do with regulating aftermarket car parts and, you know, obviously ruining racing for everybody, actually want these events to happen, okay? It helps them, okay? And it goes against this mentality that the TakeOver crowd think that they are against. Like, they think they're anti-authoritarian, and they're not. So I'm going to show you with data, okay? So just hang in there, all right? This is my second video, so just have a little... Okay, so... when I said you're wrong, this is what I mean. I mean that everybody is on YouTube, has been on YouTube for a really long time, okay? And they're trying to play within the guidelines of this space, okay? I haven't been on YouTube for that long, okay? I had a podcast before, kind of got Jimmy jacked around on that, so I just haven't done it in a while. I've never really been a politically correct person. I'm not trying to, like, be polarizing, but... I think that people don't know this, okay? I think that a large problem and why this problem keeps growing bigger and bigger in the car community is because most car guys just want to be in their garage, listen to music,
and drink a couple beers with their homies while they fix their car. Okay, I want to believe that that is the average American car building experience. Okay, you just want a way to express yourself, and I think that a big problem. This is one of my problems I have with education, is they do not explain to people that this right here is the way that the world goes round in America. Okay, this is how bills get passed in every aspect, not just the car world. But this, I'm gonna do this to explain to the people who don't know. This might be common knowledge. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. Okay, but what happens is a bad event happens. You know, something happens, like one of these people that get ran over. Okay, and the public gets mad. Public outcry grows. They throw a big fit. They reach out to their local politician, okay, that's your legislatures, and then they send it to a committee overview. The committee overview works in sync with the draftician. They're like, oh, the public really cares about this, and the politician wants votes, okay, so he pushes for it to move forwards. It goes to a chamber of votes. They vote on it and decide what to do in relation to whatever that event is, and then basically they make rules and then they begin enforcing them, and then they go after people like PFI Speed. Okay, this guy, he's the most wholesome dude in the whole world. I don't know if you've watched PFI Speed, but it's like impossible to not like him. If you hate him, don't follow me. I don't know how you can hate that guy. He's awesome. So, you know, they went after this guy, fined him like, I think it was like $18,000 for selling maybe Honda. I can't remember exactly. I'll put it up on the screen what it is. And that all stems from them taking these events that these people are participating in and using it as a way to wrench down more control over the aftermarket industry. And the reason they want more control over it is because it's worth billions of dollars. Okay, and I think a big problem is that most car people, that at least that I talk to, don't know this. They don't know this is how it works. Okay, and in a couple of minutes, after I go over how I believe that racetracks closing down is actually a direct correlation to some of these events. Okay, it's not the only reason. Obviously there's some other stuff. I mean, insurance and stuff is crazy, and so it becomes more expensive, and cars are expensive. Okay, it's an expensive hobby. So I'm going to go over that in just a second, but I'm going to show you at the end of the video how to weaponize this process to get rid of takeovers, okay? But you're going to have to stick with me because it's going to get worse for everyone before it gets better, okay? And that's just reality. You'll find that happens in real life a lot. I know you came here to hear about takeovers, okay? But these things are connected, and you need to understand that they're connected and how to oppose it if you want it to stop, okay? We can make all the YouTube videos we want, we can get all the views we want, but really the end of the day solution, okay, is we got to get rid of this. Okay, and this right here is a heuristic regulatory pressure index that shows the growing control of the EPA over the aftermarket industry, and look how it starts. Okay, well, I mean, it started before this, but this is really where my generation remembers OBD2 integration. Okay, you used to listen, I don't know, date myself here. Okay, used to, if your Honda had a check light, you could take a paper clip and stick it into the computer. You would ground two circuits together, and that would blink your check engine light with long and short, like Morse code, and that would tell you what is failing on your car, and you could repair it. Okay, and then OBD2 happened, and then you had to have a scanner. Okay, how fucking annoying are the scanner deals? It's so annoying. So I mean, they're good. It's a good thing, but I'm just saying that is where that comes from. Okay, so as you can see here, after that you get Massachusetts versus EPA, then you get Dieselgate, and then you got EPA, and then this right here, this dip, is from the big beautiful bill that has passed with the new administration. Okay, I know it seems like I'm being super political. I kind of am, but it's connected. Okay, so that is the big beautiful bill has so much stuff packed in it that one of the downgraded priorities was a byproduct of that bill. Okay, but before that, this is what was going on. Okay, and if I was to zoom this chart out, I might try and find one. I don't know. It was kind of difficult to get this information to where I can convey it simply. But just because you have a dip doesn't mean it's not going to keep going up. Okay, they're never going to give back control. So now that you kind of understand why I'm making the correlation between the two, this is an overlay of street takeovers that happened from 1980 to 2025, correlated against the information for EPA actions. Okay, this is what we were looking at before. All right, this is the amount of racetrack closures that have happened over time. Notice how they're really, really, really similar to the street takeover events. Okay, so I know that I've talked a lot about stuff that's not street takeovers. I don't really care about views. What I kind of hope happens is some of these bigger creators will see this and talk about it with everybody, so that that people will actually do something about it. Okay, so I'm sorry that I've talked so much about the EPA. It probably seems like I tricked you. I promise I'm not trying to, but this is what I was talking about before. Okay, the loop that we're stuck in, okay, is takeovers happen. They pass bills as a result. Okay, it's not just that, but it is that a lot. Okay, this proves that. And then the localized police department for wherever you live, okay, crack down on aftermarket cars, which then makes everybody's love or passion for that drop down, and that gives a drop off to racetracks. Okay, so less people are interested in cars. As a result, you get two things. You get less people going to the racetracks, and you get more people wanting to go out and rebel against the system in these takeover events. All right, and I just wanted to show everybody this real fast, and then I'm gonna try and end the video off. I might watch a couple of videos and make fun of them. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but I was just want everybody to understand why I talk so much about this. They are connected. Okay, it's a culture problem, and I'm gonna show you how to fix it right now. Okay, this is what you got to do, okay, to fix this problem. All right, full disclosure, I don't find making videos like this super fun. This is more like, the more I dug into this, the more I think it's a big problem that is contributing to the even larger problem that car culture is largely dying. Okay, and so in order to fix it, this is what you need to do. Take a screenshot, screen record me saying something out of context and send it to your friends. I don't care, okay? But this is what you got to do, okay? Find your district, wherever you live, okay? Identify who your legislator is. Get their email, okay? You can get it. It's public information, okay? Write up an email, which I'm going to provide a template here in just a moment of what you ought to say so that they will pay attention to it, and then send a follow-up in about a week or two, okay? And from everything that I wouldn't call it studying, but everything I've researched, it says that less than 1% of your particular district, which is still a big number, okay, don't get me wrong, okay, but less than 1%, a draftician will get a hold of this, and they will crack down, okay? And so some of the problems that happen because of this is because the punishments are lax. I mean, there have been instances where guys have somebody, okay, or they have unalived somebody, I don't know if I can say that, by running them over, and got like 6 months. Okay, so there needs to be way stricter laws to where people don't want to do this. Okay, and the only way that you're going to do that is to do this. All right, not nearly as fun to cover as my last subject, and maybe that's just me being whiny. I don't know. This is like my third try at this, so yeah, I think that is the best I can do as far as being so new to this whole thing, to put the information out there for people to at least get interested in the connection between these subjects and do their own research. Okay, don't just take my word for it. I'm just a guy. Okay, so get out there, look into this stuff, find out who is at fault. Okay, find out who you need to get involved to get rid of this problem, because if we just do nothing like we have basically done since the 80s, this problem is going to get perpetually worse, and as it gets perpetually worse, there's going to be less and less fun car stuff to do. Okay, you won't be able to modify your car, you won't be able to go to the track, you won't be able to drive it on the street, you're going to have it, you know, it just gets bad. Okay, and yeah, so I think that everybody's sending an email. From what I looked at, if 1% of people send an email, okay, that would be like not even 200 people from the average of each district. Okay, it's a big number, but it's not that big. Okay, we can do this, And I think that people like Daily Driven Exotics, I'll put a thing up here, they spoke out against this, but I think those people need to get involved. They're way better connected. You know, and I said at the beginning of the video that everyone was wrong. I don't necessarily think that you're wrong. I just think that we are just not rallying against this loud enough, okay? They're choosing to go down the path that eliminates the need for a legal system, okay? And we are being punished for that. And so in order to get out of this, I believe that we're going to have to get the legal system involved. And so I think that if somebody knows how it works better than me, I'd love to hear about it, okay? I get stuff wrong all the time. But as far as I can tell, for the regular average Joe, this would be the best avenue to try and fight this so that we can still participate in our hobbies. Okay, so yeah, yeah, that sucked. I don't want to cover that again. So I think that's probably gonna about do it for me. I might stick around. I'm gonna roast some broccoli heads here in a minute, and but yeah, I think that's just gonna about do it, and I'll catch you on the next one. What are you still doing here? You know the deal. It's the next slide. You got to skip in the video. Come on.
Switching my head, I go from living to dead. You got me seeing all red. Now I'm becoming a threat. I'll make you have some regrets. I know I never forget. Rather you dance, that shit it needs to be paid. But what is it? You got the permanent stain. Trying to turn your fade. I've never seen so clear. I feel the end and it's near. The day of reckoning here. The sound of deafening fear. If you try, you just might get a little bit of trouble. You will never see me coming. You gon' die if you try. You just might get a little bit of trouble. K-N-I-F-E right in your side. You will never see me. My energy is next level, so damn you better be careful. I got an angel and devil. He snaps me straight in the temple. I'm ready to be a rebel. I've got a lot of potential hidden inside of this vessel. That shit is so exponential. I need a first class ticket to the top, no limit. I don't play no gimmicks. I'ma take you to the clinic. If you want a taste, come at me and you will be.
All right, let's roast these bags. I'm gonna watch these for y'all. All right. So here we go. Okay, first of all, not impressive, okay? The stock engine that comes in a Scion like this is basically the engine from a Prius, okay? They only make about 90-ish horsepower, and so of course they last a long time. The fact that you have wrecked it is actually insane and a testament to how poorly your motor skills have developed over time. You could derive that from someone's haircut, such as this, or whatever this fucking broccoli-shaped thing is going on right here. But the reason that it probably seems like I am a bit of an expert on the Scion is because we actually built one. And we built one much better than this one, and we did it mostly drunk. I'm going to put those here.
I see anything.
Watch those for a second. And we jumped it. So, yeah, that happened. And, I guess I can let the rest of the video play. Alright, you get it, okay? Oh my god.
So sorry.
You're not sorry, I don't think.
Here.
Thanks, babe. Ow, it's hot.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Okay. Thank you, honey. I love you. Gonna finish roasting.
My bad.
So I've already seen this. And everybody wants to see me roast these guys because this is the guys that allegedly started the whole thing in Gatlinburg. I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I think as a joke, I'm gonna try and turn on the Filmora auto captions and just see what it comes up with, because it's definitely not gonna pick it all up. So I'm gonna watch it one way through, and then we'll go back through it together, and we'll we'll make fun of these guys. So it's not gonna be hard, obviously. Yeah, I don't even need to start the video for you to see that. But here we go. We're gonna watch the whole thing. Everybody, pay attention to our future doctors.
Yeah. Well, we don't care. He already gone. We got my flight. It's had to pop out. It's only too long. We can sit up and look at pool cars and sit there. Y'all got them cars. Do some, bro. Y'all with them supercars out there, Ego Man, beat it, bro. Come over here. They said we were on Gat. Well.
Okay, so listen, I'm a little bit of a psycho, okay? So I Googled his shirt. I was gonna try and find like a $19 Walmart shirt that this guy Sharpied on, okay? But no, it's a real company. They really sell this shirt, okay? And it was this much money, okay? And I was like, no way this guy's wearing a pink G-Shock and fake chain and a $200 shirt. So then I tried to find his pants to make fun of him, because his pants also say that on there, and the company doesn't even exist anymore, okay? And I don't even know what I'm supposed to say about this. People are coming to this guy saying, dude, you ruined Gatlinburg for everyone, and he doesn't give a flying Kentucky okay? This guy does not care. So I personally think that the people who make these shirts, we should hold them accountable. We should do something about that, because that's not something I would wear, okay? Not any tax-paying normal citizen is going to put that on and go walk around in public. So, I don't know. Let's move on to his buddy over here. Hold on just a second. I'll switch to that one. Okay, his friend has the poor. His friend is poor. Okay, he's wearing a Yellow Yard shirt. I assumed that I was going to look this up, and I would assume that if I was a person that was not able to, if we were able to convert brain power into electricity, we could double these guys together, stack them, and they wouldn't be able to even lightly toast bread, okay? And yet, I bet that even these guys with their lukewarm IQ would not be able to leave the house without wearing their best fit in order to go to something like this, okay? So, broccoli head guy over here with the ramen noodle hair, okay? He's wearing a $200 shirt, okay? That's something, I guess. We haven't decided on whether or not this is his car or not. It looks like he's just bragging on his friend. And Yellow Yard shirt guy says that he had a driver, a stunt driver, fly in, and then he flew him back out, okay? That's coming from a guy wearing a shirt worth $22 total, okay? And then between them, they have about $8 in fucking house slippers on, okay? So I don't know why people want me to cover this, okay? It is a culture problem on some level, but it is also a IQ problem, okay? We're dealing with people that are, these are not the most inventive. These are not the most, this is not the best of us, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't know if people are going to get mad that I'm saying this. I don't really care if people get mad, but this has got to stop, dude. This is the only fun part I've had of this video, and it was just Googling these guys' outfits, because they look like they're dressed for Halloween, and it's way too early, boys. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, this is a $22 shirt. That's a $200 shirt. They're wearing about $13 worth of chains between them. This guy's wearing a wife beater underneath. If you want to add an extra $2.99 for that. His hat, let's say it was $30. I don't know how much this dude's pants were since they were discontinued. I'm sure that it was a very successful company if that was the case, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, they're wearing fucking $8 worth of house shoes between them that they got at Walmart or from their local Xanax dealer. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to say here. I think people just wanted to watch me crash out on these And yeah, your Challenger is a piece of shit. The front bumper here doesn't even almost match. Okay, you got you got wheel spacers in the back and the shittiest fucking roll line I've ever seen in my whole life. And it looks like you spent probably, let's see, I've stayed in Gatlinburg before. I think you probably spent about $2,700, and that's probably between like the 9 or 10 of them that stayed there. Even though the Airbnb rules strictly state you're not to have more than the accumulative amount of bedrooms. So yeah, hopefully this has brought you some joy at the end of this video. I really appreciate everybody, everybody coming out and supporting my last video. It means a lot to me. Total disclosure, I have really wanted to do YouTube for a really long time. When I was on the podcast, it was super fun to do that. It just didn't pay, and it sucked. That part sucked. To do that all the time and then get nothing from it, that was not cool. So to drop my first video, and in my head I was like, all right, if it gets 4,000 views, there's something there, all right, and I'll make some more. But it got 35,000 views, okay, and that is incredible. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I have 35,000 people listening to me schizo ramble. But yeah, if you like this video, I'll make some more. Please don't make me cover this anymore. If you have questions, I'm on Instagram as the same name as I'm on here. I think it's the same. I'll put it on the screen. And yeah, if you have questions on how to reach your legislature, please reach out to me, and I'll help you get it. I'll help you do it together. All right, we'll figure this out. Okay, we got to get rid of this. This is bad. Okay, I don't want to cover this anymore, dude. This sucks. So yeah. See you later.